Welcome to my show. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And make sure you ring that bell twice. Okay, enjoy the show. All right, so let's get started. I had a very insightful interaction with a brother who used to frequent my channel and subscribe, etc., etc., etc. And it was telling, to say the least. All right, so before I get started deep into it, I want to explain to everybody what Nana envy is. Nana envy is the feeling that one woman has when another woman walks into the room. Or, excuse me, when a more attractive woman or a woman who has something that you should be envious of walks into the room. That's Nana envy in a nutshell. Now, I used to think until I became a content creator that this is something that's unique to women, and it is in the direct sense. Men do not really feel that way. We kind of understand our place in the pecking order and we find comfort in it. For the most part, we do. You know, depending on where you fall on the scale, it just depends. It varies. The results may vary. However, indirectly, men can experience the residual effect of Nana envy, meaning that men can be affected by the actions or the envy, the however a person feels. Men can be affected by that, and many of them don't even know it. And I'll give you an example because I went through something similar. This guy I was with, cool, right? For over a year or so, was very cool. And then you enter a woman into the mix, right? Now, this woman, for whatever reason, has Nana envy against another woman in the clique. For whatever reason. Or scratch that. I'll reinterpret the story. So say you have a female in a clique of men. She likes the company of men for whatever reason. She likes to be the center of attention or the only female presence when a group of men are around. And then in comes another woman. And for whatever reason, when this other woman comes in, immediately two things happen. One, she pretends to be friends with this woman. And two, she attempts to backstab this woman. What do I mean by backstab? She tells all the other male members of the group not to mess with this woman for whatever freaking reason. Now, a sound-minded person, a sound-minded man in this case, would just like, okay, that's Nana envy. That's just something women do. They see a woman that has something for them to be envious of, and they react this way. Not a big deal. I'm just going to ignore the behavior and continue to be friends with both of them. That's what most dudes do. Or most dudes should do. That's what I did. That's what I expect others to do too. So you do that, but when the Nana envy is so strong that you have to continue to spoon feed negative information about this new woman to the group, then it becomes problematic. Because no matter what, even a strong-minded person, if they've been hearing subliminally, like over and over again, just small digs, just small takes on somebody, it's going to just build in the back of their mind until it explodes. So, this is what goes on when it's being transferred on to you. Now, all of a sudden, just slowly building up, you find yourself with a different opinion about this woman who did nothing to you. And not only that, you find yourself in a difference of opinion to the men who don't feel the same way about that woman that you do. And then it just kind of boils up. It's in the back of your mind. You hate it. You hate that other men do not have the hatred for this woman that you do. So you despise the woman and you despise the men that don't despise the woman. This isn't a day one thing. If this person did it immediately, if they just came out like, you shouldn't talk to this person and you shouldn't associate with those who associate with this woman, that's one thing. But they do it in bits and pieces over months, maybe even years. And then you just explode. I hate this person and all the people who likes this person. You see, it's very similar to how the pro-black sector works. The hotep, you should only date within this particular construct, this particular race. It's really the same agenda. It's the same form of manipulation. It's spoon-feeding negative propaganda against somebody over a prolonged period of time so that their views is aligned with your views. It may be expressed different. Perhaps you're more aggressive and that person is obviously passive aggressive, but it's still the same results. Why do you think that, the pro-black extremists are always talking about the white man or the white woman? They are doing this so you can completely disregard all of them. So you have nothing to do with them, not even if if one of them have romantic intentions to you. They'll continue to spoon feed this to you until you cannot have a proper relationship with that person or group of people. And then the envious party, of course, will just sit back and say, okay, I caused another division. I am doing well. So if you find yourself being victim to this type of character, personality, if you find yourself a man getting wrapped up in na-na envy, take an honest assessment of the situation. Really just sit down and honestly ask yourself, why do I now, out of nowhere, hate somebody that I was cool with for so long? Have I been getting outside influence inside my ear for quite some time that now forces me to resent this person? Ask yourself that. Because if that's the case, then you are a victim of na-na envy by proxy, and you should act accordingly. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.